Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know, I haven't posted in so long. I'm sorry. Basically what happened was last season I got really discouraged from posting any more videos because, well, I didn't hit legend, and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna accept that. I'm not gonna reach legend every season. Unfortunately, last season I was stuck in veteran and I felt like I kept hitting a wall. I had reached legend before and I was like, I know I can do this. But whatever I did, I just kept getting walled. So I didn't post for an entire season, unfortunately. And then recently I actually hit legend in season 10 in Master League Premier Classic. So I was like, oh, okay. Maybe I should go back to posting videos. Also, I was going through my old videos and I was like, oh, I really miss doing this. So there's that. Another reason I also haven't been very active on my YouTube channel is because, well, I've been moving recently and also I have university, so also that was taking up a lot of my time. So let's get into some of the gameplay here. The team that I hit legend with is actually Gyarados and Double Fairy, so Gyarados, Togekiss, and Florges. And Florges is new in the game, so I think I might have just hit legend because it's so new and not a lot of people know what to do against it, or not a lot of people expect Florges. So I was able to take advantage of that, thankfully. I actually did something crazy and I had an assignment due for university last week, but I really needed to catch some Flabébé so I could make my Florges. I didn't have a lot of candies for it, so I went out and I started looking for them, and I basically wasted time on that. Was it worth it? Kinda. I did end up hitting legend with the team, and not only that, but I hit an all-time high. I made it into the 3,100s, which is way higher than I ever thought I could reach. Anyways, looking at the team, it is your typical ABB team. You have Gyarados to counter the steals, and then the two fairies in the back. First match, we have Gyarados up against Dragon Breath Gyarados, and it's Shadow, so obviously I have to switch out as soon as I can. I switch into Florges, and interesting swap from my opponent into Swampert. Florges has a Grass-type fast attack, which is Vine Whip, so that's going to be chunking Swampert, which is double weak to Grass. Here my opponent has farmed up so much, so I'm thinking, is this Sludge Wave or Hydro Cannon? And I get baited. I shield the Hydro Cannon, and now I know this is going to be Sludge Wave, but I don't want to give up my second shield. But look at that. Florges is so tanky, it takes that Sludge Wave, and we're actually able to simultaneously KO. Now I'm thinking he's going to bring back in the Gyarados, so I'm going to go in with Togekiss, and thankfully that's what he did. Let's see if he decides to swap out or he's staying in. That's all right with me. I'll have to, I'm guessing, shield this, because if he's not swapping instantly to what he has in the back, I thought that maybe it would be weak to Fairy, but it turns out it's a Snorlax. So now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Snorlax is actually very dangerous to my team. It's one of the most tricky Pokemon for me to deal with, I found, especially that Snorlax, Togekiss, and Gyarados lineup. I have such a hard time dealing with that. But thankfully I have two Pokemon left that can, with teamwork, kind of take care of this tanky beast of a Pokemon. And we'll see how it goes. Togekiss is still in the yellow. Hopefully the Gyarados doesn't get to an Aqua Tail, and he doesn't. Thankfully he doesn't. He was Shadow, so he couldn't get to that Aqua Tail. The charm damage was enough. We take that first win. Going into the second match, I actually found, as I went a little bit higher in ELO, that these matches were taking way too long to find. I don't know if, as I said, I am a believer in the algorithm. I don't know if the algorithm is trying to find a fair matchup, or if it's just because there aren't many people in this ELO yet. But yeah. I had to restart the queue so many times, and look at that. As soon as I restarted, we found a match. So going into the second match, we have Swampert on the lead, which is amazing. We have Gyarados on the lead. Swampert can't do much to Gyarados, and then they swap into Walrein. I'm gonna make an instant swap into Florges, Like I said, Florges' fast move is grass, so it's going to be doing super effective damage to this water and ice type Pokemon. Now, I am going to bait with Disarming Voice, hoping to get a shield, and yes, they do shield, that's great. And they are in Moonblast range as well. Now, I know that the Walrein here has enough for Earthquake, but also Florges is very tanky, so I'm perfectly fine with taking this move. And I know I'm going to reach that Moonblast anyways, and this is going to be enough to KO. I'm assuming the Walrein doesn't want to give up the second shield, so they let it go, thankfully. And they bring in Swampert, and these Vine Whips are chunking. And we get to another move. So the Swampert's probably going to be in the red by now, and yes, it is. So of course I'm going to bring in Gyarados now to absorb any damage it's going to throw. I thought it might throw the Sludge Wave first, but I wasn't going to shield. I wasn't ready to give up a shield yet. I don't know what's in the back yet. And it's a Hydro Cannon. So I'm thinking, okay, what if this is the Sludge Wave? So I shield because I want to keep Gyarados healthy. I'm not sure what's in the back yet, like I said. And it turns out that they have a Togekiss in the back, so I was okay with the shield. I like to have a healthy Gyarados against Togekiss, and then they see that we have our own Togekiss, and they decide to surrender it there. Their Swampert couldn't do much anyways in the back, and we each had a shield left, so GG's to my opponent, well played. I was editing this, and there was so much wait time between the last match and this match, but anyways, on the lead, we have Magnezone, the worst Pokemon that this team can see. This thing counters everything, especially Gyarados, which is double weak to electric. So, of course, expecting the Wild Charge here, I am going to shield. I do have to save my Gyarados for this thing. So they swap to clear the debuff into their own Dragon Breath Gyarados. So I bring in Togekiss and I'm just going to Charm down. Probably going to throw an Ancient Power because Gyarados can actually reach 3 Aqua Tails and win this matchup. And actually, I started thinking about it here and I was like, oh no, I'm going to leave this match with a little bit of health left on Togekiss and then Magnezone is going to farm me down. So here I stopped tapping the bubbles. Unfortunately, my opponent recognized what I was trying to do and he stopped tapping as well. So that is going to be a lot of farm for Magnezone. I actually probably should have not charmed down there, but I wasn't expecting my opponent to stop as well. And this is really bad. My opponent is loaded on energy, so here I'm going to throw the Aqua Tail. I'm thinking am I going to shield the Wild Charge or not? I decide not to shield the Wild Charge because Florges can kind of take care of Magnezone. So it all comes down to what they have in the back, and they have Garchomp in the back. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to farm up to almost max energy, and then I'm going to throw Moonblast, and then I'm going to hope I can get to 2 Disarming Voice against Magnezone, because 1 should be enough to take it out. So the Garchomp actually survives there, the Moonblast, and we're actually able to get 1 Vine Whip in, which is great. And we're almost at 2 Disarming Voices, which is so good. We just need 1 more Vine Whip. And can we make it? We do make it. Thankfully, they don't throw a move, and we're able to take out the Magnezone and take this win. So GG's to my opponent. This just goes to show that if you play around with this team a little bit and get used to it, you could win impossible scenarios, and that's actually what I've been doing with this team. I've actually won so many matchups against Magnezone with Florges in the back, and it's been working really well. Okay, so I think this is the match we lose. We have Haxorus on the lead, and I safe swap into Florges, and they bring in Metagross. That's the worst, one of the worst things I could see against one of my fairy types in the back. So I am expecting a second steel type as well. Haxorus double steel is very common. So I know that this is going to be very tricky. It depends on what the steel type that they have in the back is. Excadrill, if it is Excadrill, Excadrill will outpace Togekiss, and I won't be able to do much there. So I already know that this is probably going to be a lost match, but I decided to play it out anyways. Of course, bringing in Gyarados to Waterfall Down, the Metagross, and it's going to have to absorb 2 Meteor Mashes, unfortunately. We'll see what they decide to do then, if they bring in whatever they have in the back, or if they bring in Haxorus, and of course, they bring in Haxorus, and what they had in the back was an Excadrill. With 2 shields up, there is nothing I can do. So GG's to my opponent, well played. They, of course, will be taking this win. Anyways, just gonna let it play out. Overall, I've been having a lot of fun with this team, and now that I am in Legend and I have the pose, I honestly, I just play to get to Legend just to get the pose. I've been taking it pretty chill, and I've been just kind of enjoying my matches. But at the same time, I am trying a little bit hard this season. Because I don't want to drop back into Expert and go up against Experts, because if I do go up against Experts, I imagine that I will forfeit for them because I was in their place, and I know what it's like to want to get to Legend so badly. So I don't like winning against Experts. So I am trying to keep myself in the 3,000 range so I don't have to gatekeep anyone from getting to Legend. It's just awful. I know every time I'd go up against someone who was already Legend and had the Legend pose, I'd just be like, oh my gosh, can you just give me a chance? You already have it. Just let me get there. So yeah, luckily we are able to stay above that 3,000 range with this team. As you can see, against double steel teams, it is a little bit tricky. And have I won against double steel team? I think so. I think if I am able to line up the Florges with the Excadrill, and if I am able to win Switch, then yes, I can win that. But like I said, it's very tricky. So going into this next match, we have Togekiss on the lead. So what I like to do here is I like to throw an Aqua Tail and then switch. I actually noticed that a lot of them will actually switch on the 5th waterfall, so I will usually throw an extra waterfall. I didn't do that in this case, but they decided to shield, so what I decided to do was catch the Ancient Power on Florges. And now they are in, I think, almost in Moonblast range, so I am going to go for that Moonblast. They're deciding to stay in, so I'm assuming I might get a second shield here. Okay, so now they're down 2 shields. I actually don't think I want to save Florges. I have Togekiss in the back, which can do whatever Florges can do. And I'll have to see. I have no idea what they have in the back at the moment, but if it's a full team weak to Fairy, then my Togekiss should be able to handle it. So I am going to bring in Gyarados to throw that Aqua Tail. And then I am going to instantly Blind Swap into Togekiss, and they bring in Excadrill. Okay, and this is the Steel type matchup that I can win, only because I have 2 shields and they have 0 shields, and then I'm gonna be able to get to that Flamethrower. So of course, double shield the Togekiss, and we're able to sneak in 1 charm there. In this match, the Excadrill needs 4 Rock Slides to take us out, 2 to get the shields out of the way, 1 to get us low, and then 1 to KO us. So thankfully, we actually outpace to the Flamethrower before they get to the 3rd Rock Slide. So actually, my Togekiss will be very healthy, and the opponent, Haxorus, won't be able to do anything against us. So that was that set, and that was 4 wins in that set. So as you can see, Florges is still very strong right now. So if any of you are able to make one last minute really quickly, I know a lot of people didn't have time to play, I highly recommend it. And we got to 3,133 ELO in this set. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that. If you like my videos, have a thought at maybe subscribing, maybe leave a like down below, leave a comment, and I will try to post videos a little bit more often from time to time from now on. I know next season we're gonna have a free season, and it's gonna be super fun. I'm gonna be trying so many spice picks, so that's gonna be fun, and I'll be trying to post some of those videos on here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.